Drink Cinema! Cheers.
Welcome to another episode of Two Drink Cinema. We are two out of three brothers reviewing iconic movies, 2 drinks at a time. Hello, Brett.
Hello, Lee.
Now that we're talking about a movie, I actually remembered what the intro to the episode was.
That's fantastic.
Unlike last episode. We are talking about Shrek, the film from 2001.
2001.
The start of the 21st century.
The start of the Academy taking animated movies seriously.
And the start of animated movies being for adults. Like, really.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it later when I talk about the story, and you'll probably talk about it in the impact as well. But this is the one, I reckon. I saw this in a full theatre. One of very few movies that I've seen, other than the Star Wars midnight showings.
And The Matrix. Oh.
Yeah. In a full theatre. And
I don't remember seeing it in a theatre.
people laughed. Like, adult people.
It's a funny movie.
No, I know, but like, I've seen comedies at theatres, and I reckon this is the movie where lots of people properly laughed the most.
Right. Yeah.
Because it does do that thing for adults and kids.
Oh.
Do we want to drink first, or do we want taglines first?
Let's have a little sip.
Okay, what have you got for us?
It's called Shrek.
Great.
It's a Shrek cocktail called Shrek.
All right.
And it has in it, sorry, I sneezed. It has in it vodka, Midori, because green.
Yep.
Peach schnapps, Malibu,
Okay.
because it's tropical. Pineapple juice and lemonade. So it's going to be sweet
It's going to be sweet.
and might
It's
not
got
taste very alcoholic.
2 of my favourites and 1 of your favourites, vodka, and pineapple juice. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Interesting.
Midori.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm liking
not
the
getting
lemonade.
much pineapple juice.
I'm very happy you put lemonade and not soda water.
Yeah.
You love a soda water.
Well, sometimes you need to cut down on the sugar.
Not for me.
Not today.
But to be fair, it's very sweet. Like
It's just a Midori and lemonade.
the town.
I feel like it needs more. Because I'm not getting coconut or peach. Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe different quantities. Equal parts. Because I didn't quite put equal parts in.
It is sweet.
Look. Hey. Tastes good and it's green. That's all I was going for.
Yep. That's also all Shrek was going for in the end as well.
I'm going to try guess a tagline. Something about not judging a book by its cover.
Nah.
Fairy tale.
Fairy tale is in 2 of the 4 that I have.
Not your usual fairy tale. Something like that.
The greatest fairy tale never told.
Never told. That's it.
All right, so there's 2 decent ones. That one's the best one.
Uh-huh.
The greatest fairy tale never told.
Well, because it goes off the fact as well that it's
This
taking
one
the piss out of fairy tales.
is a bit too long.
Oh, here we go.
The prince isn't charming. The princess isn't sleeping. The sidekick isn't helping. The ogre is the hero. Fairy tales will never be the same again.
Yep, too long.
Long.
Yep.
It's big.
That's it.
Yep.
Because he's an ogre.
Yep.
Grand.
The worst one. And I don't actually...
Coming this summer.
No, I don't actually see how this fits. It's cool.
It's cool.
And the cool is in capital letters, if I've
It's
as copied and
cool.
pasted from IMDb. It's cool.
Is that like what a kid said when he left the preview?
I don't know.
You know when they used to
Yeah,
talk
they
to people at the thing?
talk to people,
Oh,
yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman was great. I don't know why I went there, but because they always talk to old ladies.
Yeah. It's cool.
Interesting.
Is the worst tagline. And that's not even in the trailer. Like, there's nothing cool in the trailer, so it's not
No.
linking to that.
That's interesting.
It is. So I said, that it's a very clever movie. It's a very layered movie, which I like.
Yep.
Like
onions.
onions, like a
Yep.
parfait. I like a parfait more than I like
Like
onions.
a parfait.
Like a parfait.
What the fuck's a parfait?
That's literally one of the things Donkey says.
Oh, he does. Sorry, I
He's
blanked.
like, an onion. Why'd you pick an onion? What about a parfait? Everybody loves a parfait. I haven't met anyone that doesn't like a parfait.
I thought you were just saying you liked parfaits.
I do. Because, as Donkey said,
Am I going to need to Google parfaits?
nobody...
I'm just going to try Google
You
parfaits.
ain't never met nobody for a quadruple negative. You ain't never met nobody.
Okay, Jimmy Thunder early.
Well, he has a couple of moments, particularly when he's singing at the end.
Oh, it's a trifle. It's like a trifle.
Yeah. And I like a trifle.
Boiling cream, egg, sugar,
Oh.
and syrup.
Boiling. Okay.
It originated in France.
That's not cool.
Yogurt parfait. Yep, cool.
All
Okay,
right.
great. They have less layers than an onion.
Shrek, the movie, also has less layers than an onion,
Yeah, that's okay.
but probably more than a parfait. Maybe it's that 7-layer dip. What sitcom's that from? How I Met Your Mother or Friends?
I don't know.
Marshall's
Friends,
Family.
She makes a trifle, and
No.
the pages get stuck together, and she ends up putting minced meat in it.
Marshall's Family have, I think, this like 7-layer dip or something that has all weird shit in it.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
like chips
Yep.
in the dip
Yeah.
or something. Anyway, Shrek is the movie we're talking about. We get the opening and we introduce to Shrek, and it's lots of gross out jokes because he's an ogre.
Yeah.
And I think the movie could have just been that.
Yeah.
Like the movie could have been an hour and a half of gross ogre jokes, but it's not. And what they've done with it is really good because they have made it a very funny script, balanced the funny script and the slapstick while being very clever with flipping fairy tale tropes, taking the piss out of all of the fairy tale characters that are in there, like Robin Hood being a super sleaze, the fairy godmother's like trying to help but not really.
And then the Bachelorette style with
mirror.
yeah.
Yep. And Prince Charming doesn't come in until 2, but Prince Fuckwad, let's be honest.
Lord Fuckwad, yeah.
I cannot believe they got away with it.
Lord Fuckleroy.
Lord Fuckwad is not charming at all, as this tagline tells us. I did wonder whether they named it Farquad and they were trying to make it Fuckwad or not. But then sometimes when they say Farquad, I'm like, no, they're saying Fuckwad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's obviously themes. I don't want to talk about themes probably too much because that's boring. But the theme of
You said it.
prejudice and judgment, Donkey just flat out from the start doesn't judge him. He's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
you stink a bit, but we're still friends.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're big and fat and ugly, but we're still friends. Yeah. Even though Shrek pretty much is like, we're not actually friends.
I don't do friends.
I don't do friends.
yeah.
The fairy tale, I like the fairy tale world, how they all have their things. They're all there and they're all living their normal life and, just having a talking wooden puppet
Yeah.
boy is normal.
Yeah.
And the witches do this stuff and the gnomes do this stuff and the dwarves do that stuff. They do that really well. I think for me, the thing that sums up the whole movie, the whole script, the whole success of the balancing of funny kid, funny adult.
Yep.
When Dragon is first flirting with Donkey, we have this scene where Donkey says, I'm just not ready for a physical relationship, right? Which to adults is like, how is a dragon going to fuck a donkey anyway?
Yeah.
But then, like 30 seconds later, the kids all laugh because Dragon kisses Shrek on the bum.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
those two things together
Yeah.
in that one scene sum up that whole how they've made this movie work and why I think it is so good. And it still is so good, and they got permission to make a better sequel.
Yes.
So,
Agreed.
yeah, we get Shrek. Shrek has the first motivation of just wanting Donkey to be out of his swamp, and then wanting the fairy tale to be out of his swamp. And we think he's just an angry ogre, but they're actually really deep characters, I reckon. Donkey, Shrek, Fiona, and to some extent Farquaad, a little bit less, but Shrek, we get the idea that ogres aren't just angry. Ogres are angry because we are prejudiced against them because they are naturally ugly.
I'm not the one with the problem. It's the world who has a problem with me.
Well, yeah, nature versus nurture is the real theme of Shrek. Are people evil? Are people
Or do they
born
have
angry?
evil thrust upon... Oh, wait, that's wicked. Sorry.
Are people
also green.
Are ogres angry naturally?
Yeah.
Or are they angry at the world because of how the world treats them?
Yes.
Discuss. In 500 words. So we do get that, and then as he heals as a character, I guess, and he's liked by Donkey and he's liked by Fiona, even before Fiona becomes an ogre, as that part of him heals, he's then like, well, all right, I'll help these fucking fairy tale characters then.
Yeah.
Because people being nice to him makes him realise that the world isn't as bad as he thinks it is.
Pretty convenient that she turns into an ogre.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not like they went, she's an ogre, send the ogre. The ogre goes to save her with no one knowing that she also turns into an ogre.
That's true.
She could have turned into something else.
She could have turned into another
She
dragon.
could have turned into a werewolf.
Or a Pinocchio.
Or a chair.
Give him the chair, give him the chair. That's great. That's another scene because we have just the outright slapstick
Oh, yeah.
of those guards getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Combined with the taking the piss out of the WWE wrestling.
Yeah.
Which they do really well. The chair, give him the chair. The story just works really well, I think.
It is a very good balance of, like you said, humour for children, humour for adults, humour for both. But then also
Because I also laughed when Dragon kissed Shrek on the bum.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Because there's a lot of fart jokes and stuff.
The earwax
And,
candle
he
is hilarious.
farts in the swamp and then the fish die. Hilarious. So there's that kind of humour, but then it's also a good balance of humour and serious.
Yes. And it's also a good balance of flipping fairy tale tropes, but still
It's a bit meta.
ending with a fairy tale wedding, really.
Yeah.
Or a fairy tale people getting together.
Whatever the song is.
I think it's just that.
No, no, no.
Or do you mean All Star by Smash Mouth?
And then I saw her face. Oh, wait. That's another song. Sorry.
That's also in there.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
But then, I don't know.
All Star, the Smash Mouth did a cover of I'm a Believer.
I saw this clip. This is totally off topic. I saw this clip on the radio, on the TikTok of a radio, and it was something saying you can tell someone's age or what generation they're in
yep.
just by saying, finish these lyrics and saying, hey now.
Oh, yeah.
And if you say, hey now, you're an all-star,
Yep.
you're a millennial. But then if you say, hey now...
Now, don't dream it's over.
Yeah, then you're old.
Then you're Gen X.
Yeah, or boomer. And then if you say, hey now, and then there's some new one, probably by fucking Sabrina Carpenter or some
I
shit.
think it is Sabrina
Yeah,
Carpenter.
and then if people
I know
say
it's that other one who people are trying to say she's the queen of pop, not Taylor.
Not Ari...
No.
Oh,
no,
a new
no.
one.
Yeah, it's someone that's just been all built up.
Oh, not that Chapel Roan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's actually pretty good.
I think she's got a Hey Now song.
Yeah, maybe it's that.
Yeah.
So people, that's how you can tell people think. And it is true because when they said, hey now, I went, you're an all-star.
Yeah.
Get the game on, go, hey.
So, as much as we see, I think Shrek change and he's like, oh, I'm all right, I'm going to help this thing. He is nice from the start. Like,
Yeah.
he could very easily just, like, literally throw Donkey into the swamp or throw him out of the forest or whatever. Mm-hmm. But he also helps Donkey get across the bridge into
Yep.
that flaming castle or whatever. And then we don't do the tropes. He's like doing the tropey way of rescuing the princess, but that doesn't work. But he still rescues the princess anyway, which is the trope
Yep.
that the princess needs to be rescued. I'd forgotten that Donkey has a sex dream about the dragon.
Okay,
It's
sure.
just
Yep.
I just wrote Donkey had a sex dream. A question that I had, but then answered myself.
Okay.
Why is Robin Hood French?
Because that's where he was from.
So he's very English,
Yeah.
right? Except when he's Kevin Costner.
Except when he's a fox. Was he American? No, that was the
no,
chicken.
he was English. The chicken
That was the rooster narrating it. It was
Southern.
Howdy, kids.
So I did some research into why the Robin Hood character in Shrek is French, because part of his story is that he's English because of the Crusades and the coming back to England and all of that. Playing badminton with the chicken, that's very English. Although Robin Hood's nationality, this is from Screen Rant, is played for laughs in Shrek, and they played a lot of that stuff, like Puss in Boots and all of that was played up, and accents were put on the German, Three Little Pigs, all of that. There is a certain amount of possible truth to the idea that a character of his background and period would talk in a French dialect.
Okay.
Around the time Robin Hood stories begin to crop up in history, French was still spoken by English nobility following the Norman conquest in 1066, and the practice would linger for centuries thereafter. In some Robin Hood tellings, the character hails from a noble background, so swinging through the forests of Sherwood Forest while speaking French isn't completely beyond the realms of plausibility. Whether this is what Shrek intended to convey is another matter
I
entirely.
was going to say.
So it's possible.
So
that
why
he-
wasn't Taron Egerton French?
Same reason Carey Elwes was it?
But I think about that a
A
bit. 'cause we
completely
won't-
separate reason
Yeah.
to why Kevin Costner isn't,
because he can't.
and neither's Morgan Freeman.
Very, like, because that's what I think when you always, like, Queen Elizabeth I is always a posh British accent.
Yeah,
Like, she wouldn't have spoken like that.
probably not.
She would have been like, right, you want to have a go? You know what I mean?
No, no.
She could have. We don't know.
I doubt she was Cockney.
She could have.
I doubt she sounded like Eliza Doolittle.
Do you want to have a go, love? I'm a virgin. Yeah, she could have. We don't know.
When she was trying to flirt with Geoffrey Rush.
And then it's not like Mary Queen of Scots sounds like Shrek.
No, well,
She was probably fucking Spanish.
Arguably, Mike Myers doesn't even sound Scottish in this film. I think he sounds more Scottish in So I Married an Axe Murderer than he does in
That's
this.
true. And fat bastard. He does love a Scottish accent.
He does love a Scottish accent. I think he has some Scottish ancestry.
Great.
Like, I think one of his parents was born in Scotland
Okay.
before they moved to Canada. But he's Canadian. So, there's a lot of that. A lot of tropes, a lot of very good balancing of adult and kid jokes. One line I didn't know, actually, no, I'm going to say that to
Great.
worst line,
Oh, okay.
because that's why we have that segment.
Very good.
The tropiest trope of all the tropes, other than the fact that they get together in the end, is in the middle when they change from, oh, I'm just going to take you back to this castle, to realizing they're in love. Fiona does something to impress Shrek. It's fighting, which is not princess-like, so that's a flipped trope.
Yeah.
And then she helps Shrek, and Shrek's helped her, and then they become friends.
Yeah.
So that's the hate to friend, and then friend to love.
What's that song? No.
Then I really like when movies do this type of thing. Fiona is talking to Donkey after Donkey discovers that she is a ogre. And Shrek comes to talk to
Overhear it.
Fiona and overhears just the bits
Yep.
that make him believe something different. I really like that. And the script has to be well written for that to work.
That's also how
And
the
it does
start
really
of
work well.
that the anything anyone but you starts.
Yeah. It's a very Shakespearean
She
thing.
overhears it and goes, "Oh, he's an asshole."
Yeah.
Great.
It's a very Shakespearean thing. He used that a lot. Or whoever wrote his plays used that a lot.
It was Taylor Swift.
The thing at the end, right? The crowd turns very quickly. Once the dragon eats Farquaad, they suddenly fucking ogres are great.
But do we, at that point, because we don't see, like, ugh, do you reckon there's people around Duloc
Yeah.
going, fucking that tyrant, little Lord Fuckwad? We don't get that. So for me, I understand, like, he's an asshole. He's a fuckwad.
He is a fuckwad.
Yeah. You'd be happy that he got eaten by a dragon.
Yeah, but then it's suddenly like, but there's still 2 ogres brought a dragon into Duloc, which is a very nice
talking
town.
donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But talking donkey's not scary.
But Duloc
right?
is a lovely place.
Duloc is
The perfect place.
right? It's the perfect place. For some reason, I can't get the tune of that in my head. All I get is the
Shine your shoes,
No.
wipe your face.
the tune that's in my
Please keep
head.
off of the grass, wipe your shoes, wipe your face.
Tune that's got
Duloc.
stuck in my head though is
Hey now,
no,
don't dream it's over.
the song about Springfield is a hell of a
Monorail.
town.
Oh,
No.
Far out. This is off the rails.
The schoolyard's up and the shopping mall's down.
Springfield, New York, New York's that away, man.
Thanks, kid.
Oh.
That is not about Duloc.
Duloc
it's
is.
So, Duloc's a lovely
Welcome
place.
to Duloc, it's a lovely town. Yeah, it's a very similar tune, so I understand.
But Duloc's a nice place, right? And even if Fuckwad's a fuckwad, which he is,
Yeah.
that still doesn't mean that 2 ogres and a dragon suddenly running your town is something you're okay with.
Yeah, because I want Shrek to... What happened to Duloc? That's what you don't see, the aftermath of them eating their king that doesn't have an heir. So who runs Duloc after that?
An anarchos... Wow, far, I couldn't think of it. Whatever, it's a Monty Python thing.
You're not
An
doing well.
anarcho-syndicalist commune.
Oh, not the
Yeah.
Jodean People's Front.
No, from Holy Grail. When he's
Oh,
like,
yes.
whose castle is
Yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah.
No one lives there. They have a committee
Yeah.
that needs, and the leader is ratified at a special bi-weekly meeting.
That's... Yeah, okay, great.
That's where I was going with that.
References
I
aren't
didn't
great today, brother.
Nail it. I should have written a script.
Um,
I've got another
Okay.
reference about references from a TikTok that I don't really know if I want to explain. But it takes the piss out of Brian Taylor.
great.
I'll try and find it and then I'll
He's a bit of an ogre.
share it on
so-
our TikToks. Yeah, that's my only issue is that suddenly the crowd's like, yeah, okay, we'll take 2 ogres and a fire-breathing, man-eating dragon over a fuckwad. I don't want to talk about the state of the world, but, you know, two ogres and a
2 ogres.
2 ogres and a dragon is your choice,
Oh,
or
no.
a fuckwad, or an old man is your choice this year in one of the major, most powerful countries in the world.
Anyway,
let's
Wait.
not talk politics.
so Biden's a dragon?
No.
He's
Biden's
an
an old
ogre.
man. Biden's an old man, right? Trump's a fuckwad.
Yeah, okay.
And then the other badder leaders of the world are ogres and dragons.
Oh, Kim Jong-un's a dragon.
Putin is the dragon. And
Mussolini.
somewhere in the middle
Oh, we
East.
won't. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Right.
Julian Assange.
All right. The gingerbread man, the muffin man,
Fucking
is
great. I love it.
The muffin man was a serial killer who
Who
kidnapped
lives
kids
on Drury Lane?
on Drury Lane.
Oh,
Facts.
you just ruined my favourite part of the movie.
Yeah, well, that's the joke, though. The muffin man was a killer. Between 1589 and 1598, Frederick Thomas Linwood, also known as the infamous Muffin Man, was reportedly living on Drury Lane.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
story goes that Linwood killed as many as 15 children by luring them into dark alleys with a muffin tied on a string. That is fucking Wile E. Coyote.
That's why he's trying to get the Roadrunner. Meep, meep.
Frederick Thomas Linwood.
Sorry.
That was good. Yeah,
I was
okay.
going to say, that is my best impersonation of anything ever. My best impersonation. You heard it here today, whatever the date is. The Roadrunner.
Well, my best impersonation of almost 3.5 years of podcasting was Mario.
Oh, I thought it was Daffy Duck. I thought it was Donald Daffy Duck, but
Donald
when
Duck
you were
when I was
trying to do lightning.
No. So apparently,
Great, nailed it.
Frederick Thomas Linwood inspired the Looney Tunes by killing children. And he lives on Drury Lane. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man!
I fucking love the Muffin Man. I shouldn't now. He comes back in the sequel
No,
too.
you shouldn't. You know Ring a Ring a Rose is about the Black Plague too.
Oh, well, and Pumped Up Kicks is about a school shooting.
Yeah, well, you all
Moving
know
on.
that. That's about all I've got.
Great. Can I
Because
say...
also most of my time has been talking about other shit that I didn't quite nail the references for.
Yeah.
The cast is great. Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, John Lithgow, Cameron Diaz. No voice actors, though, thanks to Robin Williams in Aladdin, as we've talked about on previous episodes.
Yeah. You could almost argue Mike Myers is a voice actor.
He's a character
He's
actor.
a character actor.
It's interesting. He's a character actor leading roles,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. True.
One comment about her beautifulness,
Cameron Diaz.
or beauty, some would
Yeah.
say. Princess Fiona is beautiful,
Yep.
right? Then she turns into a Shrek, an
An
ogre,
ogre. Yep.
and she says, "Oh, I'm a princess. I'm supposed to be beautiful." She is drawn so much hotter than Mike Myers.
Ridiculous,
Shrek is.
right?
Like, I'm supposed to be beautiful. I've seen 2 ogres in my life. I reckon you're still the hottest one in that whole universe.
Yeah, well, she's hotter than Kim Jong-un.
Our dear
Going
leader.
back to that.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, we're going to get fucking blown up.
Um,
We just pissed off the worst people in the world. Hey, if Kim Jong-un, if you're listening, I'm glad they get this in North Korea.
yeah, I was going to say, of all the things to allow the people to listen to, I'm not sure 2-drink cinemas at the top of Kim Jong's list.
I don't think they're listening to half the movies we do.
I was disappointed that there was no John Cleese, Jennifer Saunders, or
Julie Andrews,
Julie
Antonio
Andrews,
Banderas.
Antonio Banderas, or Prince Charming in this movie, but that's Shrek 2,
Yeah.
which we will watch, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah, I might watch it tonight.
That's it.
Great.
Can I say an impact?
Sure.
Layers like an onion has become a thing.
Well, okay, so onions had layers before
You know,
Shrek.
but people saying it's got layers, and then someone
okay.
says like an onion.
Okay.
Like the castle, tell him he's dreaming.
You know what other impact I'm going to say? People say that'll do donkey
Yeah,
more than that'll do pig.
that's true. That's true. I had something else. The castle. Can I bring it up? No. I almost quoted the castle at someone, which would have been very inappropriate today, because I had a baseball tournament on the weekend, and one of my junior players was playing, and he thought he wasn't doing a good job, and he got upset. And then I was checking in with his mum on how he went. She was like, "Oh, I was upset that he was letting the team down," and I came very close to texting back, "He didn't let them down. Whatever the opposite of letting someone down is, you did that." Like, that's A, going to go over her head, and then B, sound really insincere.
Yeah.
But
And
I
make you sound a
also-
bit stupid,
But
to
I
be
also
honest.
do know what the opposite of letting someone down is, unlike Wayne Kerrigan.
Oh.
Can we actually talk about the impact of Shrek, please?
We sure can, Lee.
Before I go on any more unnecessary tangents.
As discussed, there were 3 sequels to Shrek. Shrek 2, Shrek the Third, and Shrek Forever After. I watched Shrek Forever After in a movie, I remember. It was in Cinema 1 at Village Cinemas Sunshine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got off tickets for free.
Yeah, I was going to say you didn't pay for it.
Nope. which I think I was glad about.
Spin-offs?
Spin-offs, then it had Puss in Boots and Puss in Boots The Last Wish.
Yep.
Shrek premiered
Yeah.
at the 2001 Cannes Film Festival,
It's very Cannes. It's absolutely a movie made for Cannes.
where it competed for the Palme d'Or, making it the first animated film since Disney's Peter Pan in 1953 to do so.
That is a good movie. So is Peter Pan,
Yeah.
despite the racial things. Continue.
Where do I go from here? AFI lists.
Yes.
It was Shrek is a nominated hero. He didn't make the list of the top 50 heroes. I'm a Believer didn't make the list of top 100 songs. It was nominated though. Shrek didn't make the list of the top 100 greatest movies of all time, which is probably fair. It was nominated though, but it is, according to the AFI, the 8th best animated film ever.
So that means, because we did this the other episode, there are 7 animated movies in the top 100.
No, there's only 2.
How does that work?
No, because...
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they do a separate list. It's 8. It got nominated for the top 100 movies, but didn't make it.
So the top 2 in that list of animated movies of all time should be on the top 100 of all time.
Let's just say that it is.
We need a little researcher down here finding
Snow
these things
White
out
and
for
Toy
us.
Story.
Surely Robin Hood. Not Robin Hood, Peter Pan. Because it competed for the Palme d'Or.
Yeah.
Don't look it up.
Okay,
we haven't
great.
got time. I talk too much about geopolitical issues.
Shrek was the first ever movie to win an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, beating Monsters, Inc. and Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. It was also the
In
first...
the same year?
Yeah.
They were both... All 3 of those were nominated.
They released, and that's how the Oscars work.
Yeah, no, but that's big for 3 to be nominated in the same year.
For Best Animated Feature.
Oh, animated feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my days.
Yeah, so it was those 3 movies,
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings and A Beautiful Mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine them reading out the nominees for Best Picture and them saying Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius.
That's why I was like, surely that's not Best Picture.
It was also the first animated film to be nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Oh, yeah, it's based on a book. The book is nutso, apparently.
Even if it wasn't, it would be using characters based on a previous medium because they mentioned Robin Hood and that. Do you reckon?
Well, if Barbie
Yeah.
is an adapted screenplay, then surely.
Shrek was also nominated for 6 BAFTA awards, including the BAFTA award for Best Film. It was nominated for Best Visual Effects, Best Sound, Best Music, and won the Best Adapted Screenplay. And Eddie Murphy became the first actor to ever receive a BAFTA nomination for a voiceover performance.
For Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah, I don't know if that's been done since. I'm sure this would say first and only. Anyway.
Do you want to read the little thing about the book?
Sure.
Shrek, a horrid little ogre, goes out into the world to find adventure and along the way encounters a witch, a knight in armour, a dragon, and finally a hideous princess who's even uglier than he is.
Oh, Jesus.
Which is different. He doesn't seek
No.
the...
He wants his
adventure.
swamp.
Yeah, but I think that's good for the story.
Shrek grossed $492 million from a $60 million budget.
Bang. That's big for an animated movie.
It's fourth highest grossing
Unless you're
movie.
Pixar.
Yeah, fourth highest grossing movie of 2001.
It came a bit out of nowhere. I reckon Shrek.
Yeah.
I don't think we were definitely ready for it as a world, but I don't think people expected anybody but Disney and Pixar
Yeah.
to come out with something this good.
Yeah, because they tried, it was like Bug's Life, and then they tried Ants, and you're like, oh, they're trying to be Disney. Yeah.
But then they just did this really well, I think.
Do you want to have a guess of what the 3 highest grossing movies of 2001 were?
Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, I might have mentioned another one already.
There was a Harry Potter movie that year.
Yeah.
And A Beautiful Mind.
No. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Monsters, Inc.
Oh, Monsters, Inc. Yeah, right.
So if you were fourth, you'd be like, all right.
Well, if you're fourth to them, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, that's fine. That's fine. If you're fourth to crap, if you're fourth to anyone but you.
If you're fourth to Coyote Ugly, you're like, fuck it, hell. Can't even beat Leanne Rhymes.
Although, that's a bloody good song. And she's now a judge on The Voice.
She can't even fight the moonlight.
Shrek can fight a dragon.
In the moonlight. Alternate casting.
Oh, yeah, please.
So originally, Chris Farley was doing the voice of Shrek.
Oh, yeah, he was.
And he had nearly recorded all the dialogue for the character, but then died without finishing it.
Tragic.
So then they went, oh, who's like Chris Farley? Nicolas Cage. So he was offered the role, but turned it down because he didn't want to look like an ogre. So I don't know if Nicolas Cage,
Nicolas Cage,
the nephew of Francis Ford Coppola, understands how movies are made.
Well, he just has these weird moments, though, doesn't he, Nick Cage?
In 2013, Cage explained furthermore, I don't know why they've written it like that, when you're drawn, in a way it says more about how children are going to see you than anything else.
No. Because they don't look
You don't look like Shrek.
Kids don't look at Mike Myers and go, that's Shrek.
Yeah, they
People
look at him
Mike
and
Myers
go, that's Austin
that's
Powers.
Austin Powers.
Yeah.
That's that guy with the worst line in Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's him.
That's
Wayne.
the love guru.
Jesus.
No one's looking at him.
We've done a few Mike Myers movies, haven't we?
I'm going to go through the list and see who we've done the most movies of.
Robin Williams.
Other than Michael Gough.
We've actually only done 3. No, 2. Just 2. Yeah, so that's about it. I think, like, it's hard to kind of say the impact that it had because, like you touched on before, it did then go... I feel like it was a bit of a shift. Then people kind of went, oh, shit. We can make movies, animated movies that aren't just for kids.
Because, like, we've watched A Bug's Life.
Like, Toy Story did it a bit, but not to the same extent.
Yeah, I don't think so. And even, you know, like Toy Story 95, Bug's Life 98, Toy Story 2 99, and then Monsters Inc. 2001. I don't think the adults are directly appealed to in those.
No, I
think
don't think they are.
From then, Finding Nemo has much more for adults in it.
Yep.
It's the sad part, though. Like I've lost my son.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking about. Up. Up's a great movie.
Yeah.
And the best part of Up is the start. And kids aren't going to look at that and be like, oh, she lost the baby.
Yeah. Kids are going to look and go, Mummy, why are you crying already?
Yeah.
Like,
this is meant to be a comedy. What the fuck?
the movie hasn't even started, Mum. They think it's the little dumpling boy short at the start.
Yeah.
Before they actually get into Up. Mind you, I'm crying at the little dumpling boy one as well.
Meanwhile, I'm wondering why there's this 10-minute long ad about diabetes. That's an in-joke for anybody listening. Next time you see me, I'll explain it.
Come and see us at our live event and we'll explain that in-joke to you. I might even I'm going to hunt down that video.
I thought you were going to say the other person we saw the movie with.
No, well, yeah. I'm going to hunt down that ad, and before our live event, I'm going to play it and see how many people
remember the ad, though.
I'm in the wrong. No, but we remember the year, we remember the country, and we remember it was about diabetes. So YouTube.
Okay.
Everything's on YouTube. But like...
you could probably just... Yeah, okay, go.
The Incredibles, Cars, Ratatouille, Wall-E, Up.
Yeah.
That's all, that's their next movies. Toy Story 3. By the time they got to Toy Story 3, they're just like, we're actually making this for the kids that were kids at Toy Story 1.
Yeah.
But it did have a huge impact on animated movies, certainly from then. It had a huge impact on Smash Mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the band Smash Mouth would not have had the hits they had if it wasn't for it. And I don't think they still would be in TikTok memes of people hitting their head on things Have you like it's always someone hits their head, and it's somebody once told me, and just Shrek memes.
Yeah.
There's just memes,
Yeah.
and for some reason, millennials just love Shrek as a character.
Someone at my work who's an older gentleman has a big, like, plush toy of Shrek in his office. Nobody's quite sure why. And nobody's quite game enough to ask.
You know, one.
I'm going to ask one day, I'm going, hey, mate, what's with Shrek?
Just say, we just reviewed this on Two
Yeah.
Drink Cinema. What's with the Shrek?
Yeah.
You could have borrowed it. You could have sat here behind the
He
cocktail.
could have sat right there. It's quite a big... It's one of those big ones that you win at, like, the show.
Oh.
You know how once I won a thing, like a giant gremlin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about that size. I still have to find out where that gremlin is.
It's, I don't know. Maybe at mum and dad's. One thing I really, for some reason, like I said, millennials love Shrek.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a meme that I see often that...
He's that meme, isn't it?
No.
He has that meme where he's like...
What?
You know, and he's like... Running his chin in. Anyway.
There's a meme where it's just like... here, it's a tweet. Magic Mike grossed 167 million. If you still think girls like dad bods, keep dreaming, pal. Then there's a reply that said, Shrek grossed 484 million, just so we're clear. Yeah, people just love Shrek.
Yeah.
Anything more to say about it?
Not really.
Okay. Shall we do some awards?
I reckon we should.
All right.
You've been sitting on it. And I don't have a nominee for worst line.
I don't have a nominee for worst extra.
I have one.
Okay, so we'll start there. The Andy Millman from Ricky Gervais's Extras Worst Extra Award.
The priest at the end.
Because he takes too long?
No, because he's like, no, anybody objects. And then there's like the dragon.
Yeah.
And then, whoop, gone. Never to be seen again.
Well, he probably thinks it's like one of the horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah. Horse dragon of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
No, that was my one nominee.
Or he's clearly just like, well, this wedding's not happening, so I'm off.
Yeah.
I got other shit to do.
Yeah. I've
So
got
it's
to
him.
go kill a witch. It is him.
'Cause there's
By
no other
default.
nominations.
Well, it's that thing again we've said before. It's hard when they're animated because it's not a person doing something stupid.
Yeah, and it's very unlikely that an animator is going to deliberately draw someone in the background that's doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
The Estelle Reiner Best Extra Award. I've nominated The Executioner. He's very funny when he's like...
Number 3, my
He's
lord.
like, number 3.
Yeah.
Him.
Okay.
But
Oh,
also...
this is best. Yeah.
Yeah, best
So I'm like,
extra.
he's actually good.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
But also, the dragon doesn't have any lines.
Oh, no. That's like saying, I don't know, and somebody else.
The
That's like saying
rhinoceros.
Jack in Incredibles doesn't have any lines.
Pretty sure, though, we nominated the rhinoceros from Jumanji.
Yeah, but that was one thing. She's a pivotal character. I said give him the chair.
Oh, yeah, good one, yep. Do you know what's good, though? Not all the crowd were just standing there doing this, like in Gladiator.
Not again. Far out. And then I wrote Robin Hood.
For being a sleaze.
It's a good song.
Oh, yeah, it
And
is
I
a
wrote
good song.
Woman Who Faints, but I'm not sure when. I think it was at the wedding.
When the dragon comes,
I don't know. Can't be that memorable then. Give him the chair.
give him the chair.
Because you mentioned it before.
Yeah, I did. It is funny. But the execution is good. I think he has lines later, though, as well. Give him the chair. I forgot. I haven't used this iPad. I haven't used an iPad in a long time, and I've forgotten how to turn the keystroke noises off. So my apologies to the listeners if you can hear it.
I don't know how to put this on silent.
I hope it doesn't ring then.
Well, So do I, because it'll probably be work. Continue.
The Halle Berry X-Men Worst Line Award.
I have nothing.
God bless us, everyone.
Who the fuck says that?
The gingerbread man at the very end. And I don't know why.
Doesn't he have a crutch by that stage, so he's meant to be Tiny Tim?
Okay. I still
It's
didn't
still
get it.
bad. Okay.
If I didn't get it and I'm a writer, then it's a bad line.
God bless us, everyone. Okay.
All right?
What you talking about, everyone? Sorry, another random Simpsons reference.
I didn't cry.
Okay.
All right? We're almost going to take this out. I haven't cried in a long time. I'll cry at all... I reckon I'll cry at all the Rainbow Popcorn movies.
I reckon, now that you've said that, the movie we do next, you'll cry at.
Well, we've already said the movie we're going to do next for Rainbow Popcorn, and you've told me that it's going to be sponsored by Kleenex, that episode.
Yeah.
So I will be crying.
Yes. So will I, actually.
Okay. The Darth Vader, I am your father, most iconic scene.
Welcome to Dulac, such a lovely town. I'm
going to play the real song over you, just doing all of that.
Dulac kids, that's my...
I'm going to leave you in. I'm going to leave the video of you in.
Welcome to Dulac. No, I think the funniest...
The ogre's up and the fuckwad is down.
The funniest bit for me in this movie is that please kick off of the grass, shine your shoes, wipe your face. Because it's the way the little things bend over and you see the ass crack as well.
Just a nut bit.
Yeah. Wipe your face. So I'll do it to the camera.
And that's... Adults and kids would have got that joke.
Oh, yeah.
Even if they didn't get the rhyming joke, it's a bum joke.
It's a bum. You can see
They're
the little
flashing
things
their
bum
bums.
crack.
Dulac is a lovely town.
Yeah.
The fight with the dragon...
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Do you know the Muffin Man, actually?
The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man!
Or is it onions have layers?
It's the Muffin Man.
Okay.
Sorry. My watch just counted that little dancer's exercise, by the way. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
No, your watch is actually sending your emergency contact, which is me, a warning to say...
My heart rate's up.
Can you just check on your brother, please?
Oh.
Just check on him. Dulac is a lovely town. I had the fight of the dragon. It's...
The Muffin Man!
Or the opening.
Don't know why that was Marge Simpson.
I'm a Believer or All-Star at the end. But it's the Muffin Man.
Yeah, because that's a thing now.
Yeah.
Well, now it's ruined. You've ruined the Muffin Man for me.
The Muffin Man was always a thing. It was just whether or not he was killing kids.
Who lives on Drury Lane? Wow. That wasn't bad either.
I really like John Lithgow. Do you know what this movie made me do?
Watch Terms of Endearment.
Watch Third Rock from the Sun.
I knew it.
Ordinary.
Is it? Even with... I forgot her name.
Jane Curtin.
Chris...
Oh. Yeah.
Kristen...
Hang on. Third Rock. You know what? Wayne Knight said he had more fun making Third Rock than he did Seinfeld.
Well...
Kristen Johnston.
French
Stewart, John Lithgow, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt are the family. Jane Curtin was Mary Albright, and Simbi Carly was Nina.
Who the fuck's Nina?
The assistant. Their assistant at the university.
There's a university?
They're professors at a university, John Lithgow and Jane Curtin.
Look, all I remember is they were from Mars.
Well, they're aliens.
They were aliens.
Yep.
And that he was really old, but young, and there was a big talking head.
Yeah, well, I'm not up to the big talking head yet.
Incoming message from the big giant head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Funny. I feel like it's a show that's going to get better. It obviously did. It ran for 6 seasons. But I went back and watched some of it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So young.
That was good. I can do a John Lithgow, but only that one sentence.
All right. We are going to pick what's next now.
Okay.
Our top 5 segment is now going to feature in its own episode next week. And what are we going to do as a top 5? Let's do.
Wipe your face. Yep.
We're going to rank because the listeners need to get involved.
Yep.
We're giving you a week
Yep.
to get back to us, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
get
yeah.
on the socials at 2 out of 3 Brothers as soon as you're listening to this episode because you get to contribute to our top 5. And we're going to do top 5 Cameron Diaz movies.
Because I did give you the clue that this is her second best movie.
Yeah.
So my top 2's sorted.
It's also the second movie of hers that we are doing.
Oh, there's something about Mary. Oh, well, there's my third.
So there's 2. We've given you 2. Shrek. There's also Shrek 2.
Yeah.
And there's something about Mary. I've mentioned another one of hers a number of times in recent weeks also. So get into us on the socials.
Are we ranking it
2 out of
by
3
quality
Brothers.
of the movie or how good she is in it?
Quality of the movie, I reckon.
Okay, good.
So pick the 5 best movies that Cameron Diaz has been in is probably a better way of describing it.
Okay, maybe my answer might change.
Okay. So, yeah, you can join the Facebook group, the Two Drink Cinema Facebook group, or get in touch with us and comment on the post that's going to come up on the socials at 2 out of 3 Brothers. And we will include your contribution when we rank our top 5 Cameron Diaz movies. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to do a new segment, One's Gotta Go,
One's got to go.
which we'll chat about in the next episode
Cameron Diaz movie.
as well. So...
All right, I'm going to roll.
Okay, let's do that. So, top 5 Cameron Diaz movies.
Yep.
And then pick one movie that Cameron Diaz has been in that gets deleted from, that gets red flashing light and Men in Blacked from the world. You know when they flash and you forget everything?
Yeah.
So that movie's just deleted from the world.
Okay, great.
A Cameron Diaz movie that's got to go, and tell us the top 5 movies that Cameron Diaz has been in according to you. All right?
Great.
What's coming next in
Let's
the Two Drink
shuffle,
Cinema
shall we?
iconic movies? The next movie that we are reviewing is for Rainbow Popcorn, and it's Holding the Man. Get ready to cry. All right, what do we got?
I wonder if you will cry. No. Maybe.
What? I cried Google ads, so...
Yeah. But no, because this would be sad, so you won't cry.
Sad.
I hate the ending.
Oh. Could be anything.
Okay.
Inception?
Okay, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do it. Was it raining? I hadn't noticed.
Oh, Notting Hill?
No. Close.
4 Weddings.
4 weddings and a funeral. Yeah.
You hate Annie McDowell.
Well, I hate. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I was gonna try argue, but then I can't think of anything I've liked her in.
It's a second movie of hers we're doing
Yeah.
after Groundhog Day. All right.
I believe if I Google correctly, that even though we have said we're not doing anniversaries, that this has an anniversary. Yeah, 1994.
Oh, okay. 30 years of 4 weddings and a funeral. Oh, fuckity fuck.
Yeah.
Great opening.
Great opening.
Some of Hugh's best work.
Yeah.
Other than dancing to the Pointer Sisters. 6 Degrees of Separation from Shrek to 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
yeah, we
are
still
we
do
doing
that,
6
don't
Degrees
we?
or are we doing 6 Degrees of Michael Gough? 6 Degrees of Batman's Butler? Let's do a normal one.
Okay.
And then we have to do one that includes Batman's Butler.
Okay, great.
So Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, John Lithgow, well, Kevin Bacon, done. John Lithgow to Kevin Bacon in Footloose. 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon is done.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so
yeah.
that's that tick done. 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon is done. But that also, so we can go John Lithgow, Kevin Bacon, if we want to
What?
get to 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Okay.
Andy McDowell,
Do you reckon
Bill Murray.
Do you reckon Eddie Murphy and Bill Murray have done a movie together?
Yes. Yep. Well, Eddie Murphy was going to be in Ghostbusters.
But he wasn't.
No,
That's not good enough.
that doesn't count.
No.
Eddie Murphy and Bill Murray in a movie together. Quite possibly.
Who else is in it? Andy McDowell, Hugh Grant, Kristen Scott Thomas. That's
Yes,
not gonna
who's
help.
not in The Witches.
No.
But Hugh Grant opens up everybody in Love Actually. So Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman, which opens up all of Harry Potter. Laura Linney.
I am struggling to think of Eddie Murphy movies that aren't Shrek or Dreamgirls.
Shrek, Dreamgirls, The Haunted Mansion, Raw, Delirious. That Christmas one, Gingerbread Lane, Candy Cane Lane.
Oh, God. Daddy Daycare.
Daddy Daycare.
Norbit.
The Nutty Professor, which he's in with himself.
Yeah.
Oh, Janet Jackson is in that. What
That
else
doesn't
has
help.
she been in? No. All right, so Mike Myers, Michael Caine, Batman's butler.
Yeah.
Michael Caine, Christian Bale, Leonardo DiCaprio. Surely Michael
What if
Caine's...
Hugh Grant was in...
Wasn't Michael Caine in one of those, like, old people movies
Oh,
with Maggie Smith?
probably. Like
Like-
the hotel one.
Yeah, the hotel one, or Red,
No, that was Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Jeez, we are struggling.
Mike Myers. Hugh Grant.
Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore,
What
and
else has Andy
Lucy
McDowell
Liu.
done? Well, Andy McDowell
Okay,
was in
no,
Multiplicity
no.
with Michael Keaton, who was
Okay.
in Batman with Michael Goff.
All right, that's done. We have Cameron Diaz to Lucy Liu in Charlie's Angels,
Yeah.
to Renee Zellweger in Chicago,
Yeah, okay,
who
good.
was in Bridget Jones' Diary with
With Hugh
Colin
Grant.
Firth and Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Done.
Wait, who'd you start with? Cameron Diaz. So you didn't
Cameron
go back
Diaz.
to...
No,
yeah.
I went
was just
Cameron
making
Diaz
sure you didn't go back to
To
think.
Hugh Grant.
Lucy Liu was in Chicago.
Lucy
Good
Liu was in
get.
Chicago. I'm glad for
Yeah,
remembering
the
that.
Pineapple Princess or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She murdered her husband. Not that
Yeah.
narrows it down in
And the
Chicago.
sluts.
All right, good. And then we did the Michael Goff.
Did she get hanged?
No, the Hungarian got hanged.
But after Velma and Roxy get off, what happens to Lucy Liu? And Maya?
And Maya. That is a question for another time.
Chicago 2, the ones you forgot about.
Chicago 2, the Pineapple Princess.
Chicago 2, the rest of the Mistress of Murderers Row.
Or just a series.
And
Oh, I better not.
Oh,
no.
miniseries.
Oh, don't say
Chicago
it.
miniseries.
No, don't say it, because then they'll come up with Billy Flynn, the series, or they'll just call it Cell Block Tango, the series. All right, let's start writing it. All right, we got to go. Thanks for listening to another episode of Two Drink Cinema. Next week, top 5 Cameron Diaz movies, and pick a Cameron Diaz movie that's got to go. Get in touch with us at 2 out of 3 Brothers on the socials, or join the Facebook group to contribute to that. The next movie is Rainbow Popcorn, which will be holding the man. And the next Two Drink Cinema iconic review is For Weddings and a Funeral. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Lee. Welcome to Dulac, such a lovely town.
It's a hell of a town.
Jeez. Thanks for listening to Two Drink Cinema. We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this podcast was produced and pay our respects to elders past and present.
If you'd like to support the podcasts, either leave the tip or become a member for early access to these episodes by using the link in the show notes.
Join the Facebook group for more chat about the movies we review, and make sure you follow us on the socials to keep up to date.
Hit the subscribe button and leave us a review on your podcast app.
Happy viewing and drink responsibly.